Welcome to the Functional Medicine Radio Show with your host, Dr. Carri Drzyzga, known internationally as the Functional Medicine Doc. Dr. Carri is committed to helping patients find the root cause of their health problems and fixing the cause with natural treatments so they can feel normal again. Dr. Carri is the founder of Functional Medicine Ontario and is the author of the hit book, Reclaim Your Energy and Feel Normal Again. Please welcome your host, Dr. Carri Drzyzga.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Functional Medicine Radio Show, the only internet radio show dedicated to giving you real solutions to improve your health. Not only are they real solutions, but they're natural solutions as well, because as you know, the one and only true wealth you have is your health. I'm your host, Dr. Carri Drzyzga, the Functional Medicine Doc, and I'm committed to helping you find the root cause of your health problem, fix the cause with natural treatments, so you can feel normal again and live your life to the fullest. Just a quick bit of housekeeping before I introduce today's special guest. I'm so happy to announce my first book is now in print. The title is Reclaim Your Energy and Feel Normal Again, Fixing the Root Cause of Your Fatigue with Natural Treatments. I've discovered 14 root causes of fatigue. I like to call them the fatigue factors. And in this book, I explain 8 of the 14. I've had some amazing feedback on how easy it is to read and understand. It's not full of technical doctory language like most books written by doctors are. And of course, the book also includes my own personal fatigue story, along with 4 other stories from real fatigue cases from my private practice. It's available in paperback and Kindle form, so if you'd like a copy, you can find it on Amazon or on my website, www.drcarri.com. That's it for housekeeping, so let's get started. I am so very excited about this week's show because my special guest is someone that I greatly admire. Her name is Sally Malanga, and she is the founder of the company EcoBella. Let me tell you a little bit about Sally. In 1989, she became a volunteer at Friends of Animals, a national animal advocacy nonprofit. And during that time, she met an individual who videotaped and exposed the cruel animal testing procedures at the Gillette Company. Animal testing of consumer products was not mandated by law and is also highly inaccurate in predicting product safety. So they developed a national postcard campaign to encourage consumers to stop buying products that were tested on animals. She also discovered that commercial beauty products are rife with unhealthy ingredients, animal byproducts, and cruel animal testing. So she founded a company that would offer an alternative to commercially produced personal care products. She called it EcoBella, which means behold beautiful in Italian. Sally started the company in her townhouse in New Jersey, and her one-car garage was the warehouse. When she needed to make copies, she had to move her 2 cats off the copier. She discovered a whole universe of plant-based raw materials, herbs, oils, and vitamins, and worked with a chemist to formulate her products. No one knew what aromatherapy was back then. Indeed, many times the chemist suggested that she only put small, tiny amounts of beneficial ingredients into the products just so they can make a label claim and to save money, because that's what the big companies do. And Sally refused. This is why EcoBella products are known for their richness and voluminous use of precious organic ingredients. Sally believes in treating all living beings well. If we are kind to an animal and kind to a person, life is more enjoyable for everyone. She's committed to running a socially responsible business where staff, customers, and vendors are treated with respect. In addition, through her products, she educates consumers and raises money for a variety of environmental causes, including climate change, factory farming, and wildlife protection. Sally currently serves on the board of directors of Friends of Animals and their primate sanctuary, Primarily Primates. She and her husband follow a vegan lifestyle, and they share their home with 5 cats. Sally and her husband go on vegan eating travels around the world and love hiking and swimming in beautiful places. Sally, thank you so much for being my special guest today on this episode of the Functional Medicine Radio Show.
I'm delighted to be here, Dr. Drzyzga, and I have to let you know that secretly one of my cats, Marbles, has joined us.
Hello, Marbles.
Yes, he's just going to walk back and forth in front of me as I try to speak with you and interfere with the interview, trying to get his point across that, he loves all humans and he's very happy that products are becoming more and more cruelty-free.
Sally, tell us about EcoBella.
Well, I think you did a fabulous introduction of our company and our mission. We sell our products to health food stores primarily, and of course nowadays through the internet. But the reason why we market to health food stores is because that's where you can find the products with integrity and where you can find products that have a mission and have caring people behind them. So, that's kind of a unique way for a beauty company to do business and to reach consumers. And that kind of says it all. We support the integrity of that kind of industry that wants people to be healthy.
Now, Sally, we are in this whole um, wave of people, consumers wanting to buy more natural and organic products. So let's talk a little bit about cosmetics today, because I think we don't really know what the heck are they putting in our cosmetics and how harmful they are for us. So can you tell us what are some of the dangers of the commercial cosmetics out there?
Yes. You know, what the FDA recently did its own testing of lipsticks. I don't know if you heard about it, but they tested for lead in about 400 brands of lipsticks, and they found the presence of lead in lipsticks. So, one of the biggest dangers in commercial cosmetics is these heavy metals: lead, cadmium, arsenic, and others, which can penetrate into your body and can unfortunately create havoc in your mind. They can cause depression, they can cause mental illness, and basically cause toxicity in one's body that's very, very hard to get rid of. So, and at one point I had met a makeup artist who, of course, worked with all commercial makeup, all the pigments and eyeshadows. And you think about the brushes getting filled with pigments and pigments getting on their fingers and so on. And sure enough, she got very sick and had to be hospitalized and detoxed. And eventually came to us and wanted to use our products because we tested our products and they don't contain those contaminants that seem to, it's not that the companies put them in on purpose, it's just that they come in with the various ingredients that are used. So I think that's something to be very alert to in cosmetics. And then there's other things as well. There's myriads of preservatives of all different types. There could be 4 or 5 preservatives in a product. And rightfully so, they do need to be preserved. We don't want bacteria, getting into our eyes. That would be horrible. But there are more progressive preservatives coming from herbs and things nowadays that we utilize. We're very much an innovator, and we are an early adapter of new things. So I remember in the early days me trying to find things that would preserve the products, and it wasn't so easy. I was growing all kinds of mold on things on my desk, saying, "Oh, pure lavender isn't going to work. Well, let's see what else is out there." And then eventually, people smarter than me figured it out, and we were able to incorporate some wonderful, clean preservatives into our products. What else? What are there any other things that you are concerned about?
Well, if we just talk a little bit about that test that you mentioned that came out by the FDA, because I do remember that. But I don't remember if that was last year or the year before. I'm going to find it and I'm going to put that in the podcast notes for the show so our listeners can uh, have a link to go to that. And I remember sitting down and reading through that study, and they had like all of the big manufacturers in there: Mary Kay, L'Oreal, Maybelline, CoverGirl, all of them. And I remember going through my makeup cabinet and just pitching out so many lipsticks. And I couldn't believe. So then that really spurred me to think, okay, what else? Okay, that's in our lipstick. We put that on our lips. A lot of that lipstick we end up eating because it just wears right off and ends up inside of us. And so that contributes to why we're becoming so unhealthy. And as you also mentioned, that there's other chemicals in there that, from a technical standpoint, they're called endocrine disruptors. So they cause havoc with the hormonal system. So, Sally, with your company, with EcoBella, you came out with something called flower color cosmetics. So, can you tell us about that? What makes them different? They must be safer.
Well, yes. It's a lot about what we don't put in the products as much as what we do. So in order to revolutionize formulas, to make them acceptable to me, because I'm the number one consumer, and if I don't wear it or I don't like it, I won't sell it to a customer. So we came up with the flower color cosmetics because I discovered that flower waxes could be put into our pressed powders, our eyeshadows, our blushes, our face powders. And the flower waxes are so beautiful, so precious. And just a little bit of it coats the pigments and creates the smoothest, silkiest feeling powder that, other cosmetics companies might get that silky feeling by using talc. And we don't use talc because, again, there were some questions about that being safe or not safe, and relations to asbestos specifically. So we use mica and we use the flower waxes that are so incredibly precious. And what they do for the product is make the product glide on, and then it helps the products stay. I'm not even a big makeup wearer myself, and I don't usually like the way makeup feels on me, and I know a lot of natural consumers would probably agree. And so that's why I had to formulate products that even I would wear. So they just really feel lightweight and like nothing on. And then because the flower waxes form a little bit of a barrier, it helps them last longer. So then even makeup artists like to use these products. So it's good for the novice like me or the professional makeup artist. And it's kind of really a wonderful formula. And so we named it Flower Color, not because it's a color of a flower so much, but because it is the flower waxes. And you might want to know where these flower waxes come from. Do you know how perfumes are made, right? I mean, fine perfumes, fine essential oils, not the synthetic ones.
Explain that because I don't think a lot of listeners really know where that stuff comes from.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the manufacture of uh, fine essential oils like rose oil, jasmine, and many others, they have to use the process of distillation or expeller press or enfleurage, where they lay the petals. They take the actual petals and they're laid in a fat source or a solvent. And the essential oils are the volatile compounds that they're able to capture. But when they're done with it, they've got a mass of wax from the flower petals themselves. This is the wax that coats every petal ever so gently, and it protects the flower petals from the hot sun or the wind or the rain. Keeps a flower looking beautiful despite all the weather. And that wax, is captured in the process of creating the essential oils, and we're able to buy it and use it as part of our formulas. It makes them ever so precious. And I also have this spiritual belief that a little bit of that, the essence of that flower, it remains in those waxes and becomes part of the product itself and part of the life force of the product. And that is something that, is very attractive to we humans who would really like to be more part of nature.
That makes complete sense. So, Sally, when we think about the different kinds of cosmetics out there, mascara, foundation, eyeshadow, blush, lipsticks, lip glosses, is there one of those categories that tends to be the most, I don't know, the most toxic or the most harmful for us?
No, I don't think, because they're all essentially made of pigments, some dry like the powders or wet like a foundation, but a foundation is essentially pigments also in the beige tones, and then mixed with water and emulsified so that it holds together as a wonderful lotion. I wouldn't say that any of these are more toxic. I think that they could actually be treatments. For example, our foundation is a sunblock, it's a skin treatment, and a foundation all in one. So it has powerful benefits, and I don't think we need to be afraid of well-made, carefully thought out products.
So, Sally, one of the new terms that I've been hearing about lately is greenwashing. Can you explain to us what that means?
Well, greenwashing, yes, well, we know what whitewashing is when you try to cover something up, right?
Yeah.
You make a little cover up. So greenwashing is when you make a green lie. And several years ago, some companies came up with the bright idea to greenwash and say, for example, our product is all herbal, but really what they were doing is just sprinkling in some herbs and a whole lot of water, or using some herbal teas, for example, not real extracts, but very diluted herbal teas that really would not have much of effect when you put it on the skin. And some people pointed the finger at these marketers and said, "Hey, that's greenwashing. You have to tell the truth about how much water you're using in a product." And that's essentially what it is. So we have to look out, for trickery in the cosmetics world. And because I'm a formulator, I really learned how to read a label. And by reading that label, I can tell if a company really cares about their consumer, or, really just cares about making a profit.
So you bring up a really good point about reading the label. So can you give us consumers a couple of quick, easy tips when we pick up a product that says it's natural, it's organic? How can we look at the ingredients label and really know if it's a good product or if they are really just greenwashing?
Well, the companies are supposed to list the ingredients in the order of the highest concentration to the lowest. So in that sense, you can sort of know how, what you're getting. You can see the first ingredient. So it might be water, and that's honest. Okay, is a first ingredient. Now, in EcoBella products, I decided, you can drink all the water you want for free. We're not going to sell you water. So we put very expensive organic aloe vera in as typically as our first ingredient. For example, in our famous, water-free body lotions. So that's one example of seeing a difference in a label. And you read further and further down, and you can see, where are the vitamins, where are the preservatives, and hopefully, you have the preservatives at the very end and more of the good stuff at the beginning. The organic oils, the organic coconut oil, let's say, the organic herbs. Those things should be closer to the top.
Okay, that makes total sense. And Sally, when I was on your website for EcoBella, I saw that you have some products for skin, some products for hair, you have the cosmetics products. You seem very focused on a certain few products rather than having this huge catalog like a lot of companies do. Can you tell us why is that?
Why do we have it? Well, I believe in having fewer products and making them more powerful. So if you read our ingredients list, for example, for a skin cream, you'll see many ingredients that normally you'd only find, let's say, a couple of them in other products, because a lot of companies like to say you have to buy, a special cleanser, then you have to buy a day cream, then you have to buy, an eye cream, and then you have to buy this special booster, and then you have to buy this before product and this after product. I don't know. It's just too much. I believe in simplifying. Put everything you need in a few products. So I think in our skincare line we have 7 products. And you're right. There's a lot of companies that you do go and see. As you step into the store, you're facing a wall of products. Is it for dry skin? Is it for oily? Is it for? It's really so much fine tuning to the point of being absurd. I mean, what you really need to do is keep your skin clean and keep it moisturized with some really good antioxidants and a good sunblock, which a chemical-free sunblock for that matter. Uh, it should be titanium or zinc and no chemical sunblocks. Otherwise, you're going to be absorbing those into your body as well. So I believe in the simplicity of the product line and the purest ingredients that can go in that are very high powered and a lot of them. That's my philosophy. And it's much less expensive to do that for consumers than to offer them, so many products. They just don't need it.
I agree with you on that a lot of these product lines do you have to have the special cleanser and then the toner and then the serum and then the this and then the that, and it's just like, oh my gosh, that's just too much stuff. I like how you say that it's just keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all want that. We don't want to have to all be skincare chemists, and we don't all want to have to worry about making a mistake, wasting money on a $200 skin cream or something, that basically is just beauty, beautiful package. So and I think women, unfortunately, we're big suckers for this. These companies make tons, billions of dollars off of our fear that we're going to miss out on having this latest product. And when I see the advertising, I say, but there's nothing new here. What's new? I mean, what people need to keep their skin beautiful is their diet, number one, and two, what they put on their skin. Uh, the number one part is what I like to say is when the digestion is flowing, the skin is glowing, and that means having a plant-based diet. If someone is eating meat and a lot of dairy, their skin, which functions as an elimination organ, is going to be struggling. It's going to be rougher. It's going to be more wrinkled. It's going to be more acneed because your skin is struggling to help your kidneys and your intestines absorb all that. And you're a naturopath. I'm sure you'll recognize what I'm saying, that the skin, you got to take the pressure off the skin and eat well. Eat all the beautiful rainbow foods and fiber and delicious grains and drink well. And your skin that's like 80% of it. And then what you put on it is the rest. And even there, I believe in the power of the antioxidants. So again, those beautiful colors, that's why our products are yellow. Our skincare products, for example, they're yellow because they're loaded with lutein and lycopene. Lutein, which is a bright yellow, lycopene, which is a bright red, and the other carotenoids, which when you eat those foods, they go right under your skin. It's like eating a whole bunch of carrots, right? Or drinking a lot of carrot juice. Your mother always told you, well, your skin's going to turn orange. Well, she's right, it does. You can see it turning orange. And you know what that's doing? It's protecting your skin. It's going right to your skin underneath there to protect you from the ultraviolet rays of the sun and keeping your skin youthful years longer than other people who don't know about these. The carotenoids. They have a funny name, but boy, do I love them.
You're so right about that. You could be a doctor there, Sally.
I think I missed my calling.
No, but you did hit the nail on the head that from a naturopathic perspective, most skin problems are simply a reflection of what's going on deeper inside the body, and it's usually in the digestive tract. So you're right, a lot of having beautiful, healthy, glowing skin is about feeding your body properly and so that it can detox properly too. And then what you put on your skin, that you want to make sure that that's natural, healthy, organic ingredients, because whatever you put on your skin is going to end up inside of your body as well. And of course, that's what your company is about having these amazing products that are safe and that they work.
That's that's very true. And you know what? It's everything is connected. So when we create products like this, we support the organic farmer. That hardworking person who's out there producing these fantastic plant-based ingredients. And we, as a result of supporting that person, they support the soil. When the soil is healthy, then it absorbs carbon dioxide from the air. That is a huge benefit to stopping climate change. And this is very new information that's just coming out about how organic farmers who are practicing correctly and restoring and nourishing the soil are actually able to absorb 100% of the carbon dioxide that we're all hand-wringing ourselves about. You know, as it pours into the atmosphere and we're heating ourselves up. And I was just at the climate march in New York City with the 399,999 other people who really care about this issue. And I can't say enough for using organic ingredients, both to put on our bodies and nourish ourselves because of their purity and their benefit and their nutrition, but also for what that does to the planet and how it's one big circle. All our hands are connected, all our minds and hearts are connected. And when we separate and we do business with companies that are poisoning the planet with GMO products, uh, and putting toxics in our product that we're going to put in our body, we're breaking that beautiful cycle. We're causing ourselves to be knocked out of the game. And so I can't understand why anyone would want to do that. And so that's why I'm so happy to be able to speak up on your program and urge women to really be part of this what's going to be the wave of the future now. We're going to get away from the idea that chemistry is better, and it's going to be natural is better, natural superior, natural creates the best products. There's no excuses. EcoBella products, for example, or other products from the health food store are every bit as good, better, than any product that's sold in any department store or salon, and that's just a fact.
Sally, we're running a little bit low on time, so can you let us know how can our audience find out more about you, more about EcoBella? How can they find your products so that they can buy them and try them out?
Well, first of all, we love our Canadian customers. I know you're broadcasting out of Canada, and that's fantastic. I've been to Canada many times. I love your country. And we have health food stores throughout Canada who display our products beautifully. And I suggest that people just go on our website, go to EcoBella, which, by the way, is spelled with two C's. It's the Italian spelling, EcoBella, ECCO. Bella means behold beautiful. EcoBella. Type it into Google, they'll find us, and you can look on our store locator and find a store, and you can also sign up for a wonderful free natural beauty consultation. We have a fantastic, really sincere, caring, kind consultants they love to talk, and they'd be delighted to speak with your listeners and help them with any of their beauty questions that they have.
Fantastic. Sally, I'm going to make sure that that your website is in our show notes. And I love that you have um, real life, real life support staff that can help clients that are calling in, because it can be confusing trying to figure out what are the products that are right for me. So that's excellent. Sally, I want to thank you so much for being my special today. This has been an awesome interview.
Delighted. I enjoyed being with you too. Thanks for the great questions.
You're welcome. All right, that wraps up this very special episode of the Functional Medicine Radio Show with Sally Malanga, founder of EcoBella. And I want to thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. And I'd like to invite you back next week for another episode of the Functional Medicine Radio Show. As always, I'm your host, Dr. Carri Drzyzga, the Functional Medicine Doc. Have a great week, everyone.
You've been listening to the Functional Medicine Radio Show with your host, Dr. Carri Drzyzga, known internationally as the Functional Medicine Doc. Dr. Carri is committed to helping patients find the root cause of their health problems and fixing the cause with natural treatments so they can feel normal again. Dr. Carri is the founder of Functional Medicine Ontario and is the author of the hit book, Reclaim Your Energy and Feel Normal Again. Please tell your friends about the Functional Medicine Radio Show, and we'll see you next week with more from Dr. Carri.